All right, family, I want to welcome you again to another amazing time on this very particular show. You know, this is the AfriOne show. And this is one of the shows for me that I've seen all of you, your comments, your subscribing, your following. And for those of you who are sending us messages to when can you come on the show, please do us a favor. The email address that is on the screen, take advantage of it. Email, send us just a bit of a profile of who you are, what you do, and then also what you stand for, which means it's who you are, what you do, what you stand for. Because this very particular show is all about AfriOne. How do we then begin to unite? How do we begin as a collective, begin to create some innovative way for us to be able to leverage? And at the advantage of it all is also how do we elevate one another? Without no introduction, he's an elder brother that I have come to love in this country. This is one man for me during the days of dexterity. He was there. I remember when I needed to start. These are the people who encouraged me. I think to even make matters worse, people do not understand that the person who encouraged me, I think he was the first or the second man who called me when a Dara Award did not happen. Yeah. You remember? Yeah. And he came and he was like, "No, Darlington, you need to calm down. Life happened like this." I almost wanted to lose my mind, guys. You don't understand. So he was on a calm down. At least you've done your best. There are a lot of people who could not do what you're doing, but you managed to do what you're doing. And so I can say a lot of things with him. And for those of you who've seen his face, you know that he's been on the gospel side for long. And I'm hoping one day, this is me, but I know that the hope will not work. One day, when I see him, he's going to do a collab with Jay-Z and Beyonce. You hear the laugh? With Jay-Z, Beyonce, Olamide, Tiwa Savage. What's the other guy's name again that I'm following of recent? Is it Remy or Rema, whatever the guy name is? I follow secular people and gospel people. You pardon me. And also South Africa here, like your Nadia Nakai, Caspar, probably do a solo with DJ Zinclair. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, join me, welcome my big brother here. Somebody who God has blessed in this very particular country. I wanted to say, can you imagine? The first thing I wanted to come out of my mouth is Dr. Godwin Omighale. Oh, joy. Well, join me, welcome Minister Godwin Omighale. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. We are grateful to be here, and I'm honored for the invitation. And let me use this opportunity to say that we are proud of you.
Don't make me cry now, me.
No, for real. I think you are like a cat. You've got 9 lives, and I like that about you. You know, we see. We might not comment. We might not say, "Well done" every time, but we see. When you see people who are tenacious, who keep striving for excellence, and of course, life is up and down. This will work, that will not work, but you keep moving. That's the most important thing, and we've seen that about you. Wow. And everything you do, there's this touch of excellence in it, and it makes me proud to be associated with you and to. For you, to be a Nigerian who is doing something very good in an environment that is it is well. But we thank God for your life, so we are proud of you.
Literally, as I was saying that, I feel like crying, but I don't. I think I'm struggling. I didn't know I didn't bring my handkerchief. What do I do? That's the thing. So that I just hold myself. But sir, thank you. Thank you. I think for the longest of time, and I'm not saying this to psych you, for the longest of time, I've always wanted to hear this. But I appreciate you. Because sometimes, as much as you do what you can do with your own, you just need that one voice to say, okay, you're not mad.
And that's the truth. Behind the scenes, people don't know what we go through.
True.
Especially creatives. They just see the results, they see the stage, but they don't see the preparation, they don't see the kitchen. The kitchen is always messed up.
True.
So they only see the lounge, how neat the lounge is, and the table, when the table is set. That's what they see, but they don't see how messed up the stove is because of the pap that you were making, or because of the soup that you were making as it was cooking. Things come out. They don't see that mess. So I understand, seeing there's so many things you have done and successful with. I know the amount of pain, sleepless nights, gossips, backstabbing that would have gone into it. So I know, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying this to make you feel. Yes, part of it is to make you feel good, and to make you know that people are watching and people are seeing. They might not say it, some out of jealousy and some just because, okay, let me not just blow my trumpet or make him feel like I'm just exaggerating. So we see it, and so keep it up, bro. Keep it up. There are so many people you are inspiring, and let me even just use this opportunity to say this. For the past 5-6 years, I've been wishing people happy birthday, and some of the response that I get on Facebook when I wish them happy birthday is like, to have somebody like you wish me happy birthday. So there's a certain standard people have set for you. They might not come every day to tell you, man of God, you inspire me, but they've placed you on that pedestal, and you are one of those. To be honest, you are one of those that we've placed on a pedestal. We gossip about you sometimes with some of our colleagues, our close friends that you know as well. I know this show is about me being interviewed, but I think this is important.
Because I'm trying to understand that, okay, how is it now about me? Because
exactly. But I think this is important. To be honest, this is very important. And we talk and we say, man, this guy, we've not seen someone who pushes. And it inspires me as well not to give up. It inspires me to want to push. All right, let me leave it there. Yeah.
All right, with that being said, family, the show is over. Because I think after that, you're like, okay, let me just go back and think, okay, what am I about to give up? So that I pick it up, since if people like him is saying that they gossip about me, and just like, for you saying that, like, I've arrived. but AfriOne show is a place where we just want to come talk, and obviously our experiences we're going to share here, it's going to be centered around you be in South Africa. I think the other day we were looking with my team as to the analytics of the country, watching this very particular thing. It's quite crazy how in literally less than 2 months, and how we've grown in terms of the reach and also the coverage and the view. I really want to appreciate every one of you for subscribing, following, commenting, and all of the things in which you do. Some of you even share and you tag me and I don't even know you. I really appreciate you. Keep the tagging coming, and I know one day we'll surprise you with a visit. I can tell, especially if you are here in South Africa. But if it's outside of South Africa, well, when manna fall everywhere.
Exactly.
But in you being in South Africa, Tosfa, obviously, when did you arrive in the country, if you don't mind me asking?
2009, March.
So we're almost the same time.
Yeah, March 23rd.
It's a lie.
2009, yeah.
Were we in the same flight?
Probably. I don't know.
Now I see why I like this guy. What?
Yeah.
I came into this country March 23rd, 2009. My flight landed, it was a night flight. Yeah.
Mine was a Lufthansa airline, yeah, then.
Yeah, we get plenty to talk. We'll talk. So, wow.
Yeah.
As I'm saying like this, I'm laughing because the next thing I wanted to say, God has a reason, because we notice your son and my son, they're the same.
Yes.
The same 23rd of September.
True.
Okay, guys, clear your mind. Just clear your mind, wherever your mind is going. But, so which means I could gladly now say 14 years plus. In your 14 years plus being in this country, what has been your experience? Obviously, before we get to the Godwin part, the Godwin, the winner man, there was no winner man 14 years when you came in 14 years ago.
Yeah.
How has that season been for you, and how did you navigate Tosfa?
It was challenging, but when I landed in OR Tambo, I said 3 things. I made 3 promises. The first one is, I'm not going to do anything that would disappoint God.
Okay.
2, I'm not going to do anything that would disappoint my family.
Okay.
And 3, I will not do anything that would disappoint my country or bring disgrace to my country. So
it is God,
God, my
your
family, and
your
my
country.
country.
You're a patriotic Nigerian, eh?
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, we as Nigerians, we don't have a good or a beautiful track record because of some few bad eggs.
True.
And I made a conscious decision that I wasn't going to be part of the number that would destroy the name of my country. I'll be part of the numbers. However few we are, that will make my country proud, that will make my family proud, and most especially God proud. So when I came into South Africa, those were my target, those were my plans, you know, and things were very difficult. So for me to hold on to my values, and thank God for good values, thank God for the kind of family I came from, I decided, however, but it was very bad. It was really, really tough. You know, but
when you say really tough, I'm because people will be like, okay, oh yeah, everybody likes saying it's tough. Can you give me one scenario that you experienced that time that you're like, oh man, damn it, at this point I feel like carrying my bag?
Okay. There was a time in my life, I remember it was me and Ola.
Here in South Africa?
Here in South Africa. Me and Ola, that was, we were sharing a room together. And we had not eaten for, I think it was going to 3 or 4 days. No hope for food. So we turned that hunger strike into fasting. And one evening, I perceived our landlady cooking. And an inspiration came.
I'm interested in inspiration now.
An inspiration came to me. And I said to Ola, listen, I'm going to go out now, pretending like I want to go bath. And I'll pass by the kitchen.
Guys, just hear what's about to go down. When we talk about diaspora living in South Africa.
And I said I'm going to pass by the kitchen, pretending I want to go shower and pretending and giving accolades to our landlady of how beautiful her food smells and that I would like to taste from the food. And hopefully, I pray she would say, I should bring a plate. Now, when she says I should bring a plate, you must come out and say you would want to taste as well. And I will say, I'm not going to give you from my portion. So that
at least the food can be.
Yeah, so that we can preserve the food for like 2 or 3 days. And
wow. I'm laughing because it looks as if the ending did not go to where I was.
No, it did. And I went and I said what I said. Thank God for favor. She said, oh, no problem. And she was excited, you know. She said, no, okay, bring your plate. Then Ola came. No, Baba, we'll eat it together. I said, never. This food smells too nice. I don't think I will share it even with my mom. So the landlady was smiling and she was laughing. Okay, bring your plate too. And that's how we had food to eat for, was it 3 days?
Again.
You know, so, but despite those challenges, I still decided, no, I'm not going to go. And there were offers, trust me.
When you say offers, what kind of offers?
Okay, so I remember then I used to do backing vocals for Uche Agu. Hey, oh, my God, he's good.
I remember him here.
Yes. So, and I remember there was this winners conference that Bishop Oyedepo came and he was singing there. And there was this guy in the choir then, in their choir, who he just took to us, you know, me and some of my friends. We were all musicians. He took to us. And you could see that we were struggling. He could see. And he was very rich. So after the break, you know, there's morning sessions, evening sessions. So after the morning session, so he took us, he said, no, let me go buy you guys lunch. He took us to go buy us lunch and took us to his place. You could see that this guy is doing well. And he said, but I saw a lot of laptops on the table. So I was trying to figure out already in my mind, I had an idea what this guy was into.
Okay.
And then he made the proposal that, look, guys, I don't like the way you guys are struggling. Is that I'm going to buy you guys a laptop. I'm going to show you guys how to do internet fraud and all that. And in 1 week, you guys will probably buy a car, or, but maximum 1 month, you guys will be doing well and doing fine.
That's a serious proposal.
Bro, when we got into the house, I saw bundles of money on the table,
Wow.
It was so tempting. So tempting. So, and then we were 3 that were staying in a room, right? This was before Ola. So he made that proposal. I'm going to pick you guys tomorrow, buy you guys the laptop, and show you guys the ropes on what to do and how to make money. So we got home. So the 3 of us were thinking the same thing. Our spirits were not just
gelling at all.
Yeah, it was not agreeing to this. But we didn't know how to tell each other that, like, guys, I don't want to do this, right? So we just got home. The first nights since we came to this country that we were very quiet. Not saying anything.
You guys are making noise before that you were quiet.
Not saying anything. We went to bed early. But just before I went to bed, my mom called. And this was towards Christmas period. My mom called and she said to me, my son, I know things are not so fine right now. Don't be under pressure to say you want to send us money. Don't worry.
Thank God for good
we
mothers.
are fine. God will see us through. Just make sure you do what is right. You serve God, and God will come through. He always does. So the next morning, thank God for that call. The next morning, I woke up and I said to my friends, I said, guys, unfortunately, I'm not going to this guy's place today. I can't. Yeah. So Gideon was like, oh, thank God.
At least I have a
I cannot. Victor as well said the same thing, that, thank God, we really cannot do this. And, so many temptations like that came, and we decided, no, we're not going to. We'll rather die than to soil our names and what God has planned for us. And
But hearing your story, and obviously that chapter of story you're saying, this is the first time I'm hearing it also, but hearing your story coming from, like you said, Nigeria, where few have soiled it and they've made caricature of that country called Nigeria. What is that conviction that keeps you going, especially at that moment? Because that's a pivotal moment of your life where, there's this saying in Nigeria,
yeah.
I don't know how to explain that. I think you guys could just press it on Google and see what the meaning is and stuff. What is that conviction that keeps you going, that keeps you grounded and say, like, I may be hungry, but this is where I stand?
Okay, so hence I said in the beginning, I thank God for family values.
Family, okay. But I hear you. Those who throw family values away, throw God away, and like, I will survive first.
Yes.
Me and God will sort it out later.
Look, if you've not been through things in life, through temptations, and overcome them, it would be easy for you to throw certain things away because you don't trust God.
Okay.
My father was very rich. I grew up knowing my father to be very, very rich. When I mean very rich, very rich. And my father lost everything in one day.
Wow. That's a Job story, Job encounter.
Yes. He lost everything in one night. One night. So my father used to have tankers, water tankers.
Okay.
That supply other tank. You know how Nigeria used to be then, no clean drinking water. So he used to have. So one night I woke up to screams, my mom crying, and a lot of people in our house. So this was like 1 a.m. So I was wondering, okay, what's happening? So I started looking for my dad because I was terrified. I thought something had happened to my father. And I went into the room and I saw a lot of, we used to stay, how Nigeria is.
Oh, yeah. Those
so a lot of the men, other men were inside trying to console my father. So, okay, he's alive. Okay, what is going on? Then I found out that the whole tankers caught fire that night.
Wow.
The whole tankers caught fire that night. So I saw from From having so much to, people who visit us used to call our home sea never dry.
I see.
Sea never dry. There's always different kinds of food in our house, in our home. Then you cannot come to our house and not find food. We went to that to 001.
Wow.
We don't eat in the morning, we don't eat in the afternoon, we eat at night. So that it carries up. Man, it became very, very, to the point whereby one day, the only time I saw my father cry, he came to us one day and he sat us, all of us down, and he said, listen, this is funny. He said,
and that called you listening.
You know, when a father begins to suspect his children, that his children are bewitching.
Which of you guys are closing my glory?
He cried that day, trying to plead to the one that is bewitching him. That's when I knew my father has lost it.
Yeah.
He said, look, even if you are a witch or a wizard, and you go to your kingdom at night, you eat there, you come here, you suffer. Why don't you enjoy there, you enjoy here, instead of making all of us and your... and I saw that this man has really...
It's gotten to the end.
The end, like the bottom.
For you to suspect your own children and call them and say...
The only money he was able to raise to try and buy a truck so that he can use, this backy to be... So he was duped. So he came home frustrated and thinking...
Like, okay, no, the witch must be inside the house.
This must be spiritual. But I saw my family bouncing back from that. And that made me believe that there is nothing God cannot do.
True.
You just need to wait. You just need to be patient. And also studying the story of David. He was anointed king, but yet he had to stay in the cave. He had to run from, those are processes that God will definitely have to take you through so that he builds your character. You understand? God cannot just bless you and you don't have character. You will destroy that wealth.
True.
Just like Saul.
True.
You will destroy that wealth. You will destroy that blessing. So he will build character, especially if he has you in mind and he loves you. He will build your character. So I just took those times as character building for me. It is a process. I just need to wait it out. If I die, I die, but I need to wait it out. I don't want something I will get and I lose tomorrow. Let me rather wait 20 years to get it and sustain it for my children's children. Than for me to get something now, I enjoy and I suffer my... See, it is better to be poor and become rich than to be rich and become poor. It is so painful. I've experienced it with my father. I know how painful that thing is. So with that, hence I said I thank God for family values, because during those process, during those time, we were taught not to pretend to be what we are not. We don't have.
True.
You understand? And those things helped me in my times of
I think the reverse is the case for my part, where obviously my family, my dad is a military guy, my mom was a caterer, and so the statement where you say we were taught not to pretend or probably lie and stuff, I think for me I was taught faith, that no matter what, don't go out there and make people feel as if you are a project. And growing up in the barrack, you know how barrack boy life is and stuff. So the odds for us to survive were not that much. But I just choose to it is what it is. I think based on what you were saying at the earlier, where you almost want to make me cry, I think the tears came my clinic quickly because they say men don't cry. So for me, it was that, because I knew that if I am to survive in any place, it just have to be by faith.
Okay. Now, unfortunately for us then, we were not born again Christians then.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we were not. I actually was the one who gave his life to Christ first, and because I used to be a very stubborn child, very, 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 very stubborn child.
Family? The question is the fact that it's a stubbornness. Is it gone? Because he just said it that he used to be. So is it gone? Let's ask him.
You can still find traces of it, but for real, I used to be very stubborn, very, very stubborn. So when I gave my life to Christ at a crusade held by Church of God Mission, and the video that made me actually give my life to Christ was the video "Born in Hell."
Oh, Born in Hell, yeah.
Yes, when I saw that, I gave my life sharp. So,
he said sharp.
So when my parents and my family, when they saw this child is changing, what's happening? That's how they came to the church that is causing this change, and that's how we all gave our lives to Christ, and things started getting better.
All right, family, I think we've just gotten a background view of our brother minister Godwin Omighale. I think on the second segment, we're going to be talking about his experience with his fellow Africans in South Africa. Because I don't like it or not. One question I want to ask you before I go on break. When you get into South Africa, is a question put out your mind, so we'll come pick it up from there. What were the culture shock you experienced with your fellow South Africa, with your fellow Africans here? When I mean Africans, obviously can be different. But what were the culture shock you experienced that made you like, oh boy, what's
happening here? Okay, all right.
All right, family, we're right back just now. Don't go anywhere. Make sure that you send this very particular link to your friends, your loved ones, and even your enemy for them to be able to understand that the AfriOne show is currently live, and let's just enjoy ourselves together. We're right back just now. I'll see you at the other side of his culture shock. All right, family, we are back again on the second segment of the show. I think when we went on break, we were talking about, guys, I think before I talk about his culture shock, please, I want to say this. No matter what is happening in your life, try as much as possible for you to stay true to yourself. I was saying to a friend of mine the other day, I said, one of the gifts that I've chosen to give myself is a gift of integrity to me. First, because sometimes we like doing things for people, but forget to understand that you yourself, you're a person.
Yeah.
So the gift you give to yourself will determine how much of a gift you will give to others. I like what he says about him being patriotic to his country, patriotic to his family, and patriotic to God. And it's a gift that he has just chosen. So my question for you, watching this AfriOne show, what gift are you willing to give to yourself after this very particular show is over? It's not just us about talking about Africa and stuff, but also for you to find a value that you can pick out of this very particular show. So please, I encourage you, think of your gift. Think of your gift. Before we went on break, we're talking about, I asked you a question around culture shock. When you landed South Africa, 23rd of March, 2009, because now I know, so I can't forget the date. From that moment, the culture shock that you experienced, what was that?
First, I would say orderliness.
When is orderliness?
I'll explain. I came from Lagos, where we ran and rushed for everything, right? So I remember we were going to town, and the bus was coming, and before the bus stops, I was already running to get into the bus. I was used to that.
You said Lagos.
Because I didn't understand. Then I didn't understand why the people were queuing, and I didn't know what they were queuing for. So, and they put me in my place.
What does that mean?
In my place. They were like, "Hey, Wena, what's wrong with you? We are queuing, waiting for the bus." Why?
Why?
Oh my God. So I had to go to the back, and I queued, and I was like, okay. Okay. All right, okay. So this is how we do things here. It's different. In Lagos, if you've been to Lagos before, you would understand. Molue doesn't wait for you. It still moves. It doesn't stop. It still moves, and we are literally jumping. Even from the windows, we're jumping in. So why? And I saw a lot of people, and I'm like, I have to be the first. I have to push and fight. Oh, I was put in my place, and I learned from that day to always queue and wait for your turn, So that was a big one for me. That was a big one. And
In terms of people culture shock.
and another one was spending habits.
Okay.
When I started dating my wife, my beautiful wife, Lindy Way Best Lady.
They just hailed you. They just advertising now.
Yes, I had to, so that I can sleep in the bed tonight peacefully. So when I was dating her, I remember her brother came to visit, and when he was leaving, he asked her for transport, and she said, "I don't have cash." And then I brought out, I think, 300 rands to give to him. And she was like, "Hey, he's going to Soweto, Mos."
Oh my God.
He's going to Soweto.
Pack myself here.
300. Hi. So it's just 10 rand from here to Soweto. He asked for transport. I'm like, yeah, he asked for transport, but you don't just give him transport.
You give him extra.
Yes, you give him extra. He needs to buy something. You just don't give somebody, because somebody asks for transport, you give them the exact transport. And she was like,
"That's not how it's done here. Calm down."
"No, man." So, but I had to. So it was. So I had to teach her that, okay, look, you give because you have. You give from a place of strength, and by doing so, God multiplies what you have, And when she cooked for me, from where I'm coming from, we cook with, there will be chicken in the soup, there will be beef in the soup, there will be fish in the soup.
I'm laughing, you don't go there because my wife is watching it.
Okay. There will be dry fish in the soup, there will be crayfish in the soup. So when she cooked, and I was looking for other things, other animals.
That's a culture shock.
And I was like, "Where are the other animals? Why just chicken?" She was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's no beef." So if you want beef, I cook beef stew. Hi. So we argued and argued. So when I cooked now, there was fish. In fact, there was no space for liquid for the soup, and it was so thick. And she was like, "Why are you wasting money? Wasting?"
Oh my God!
And I'm like, "No, this is."
Loved my lungs out.
And I was like, "No, this is how we cook. This is everything that can be killed has to be in that soup."
I think on the food part, I remember it was my wife and my wife's friend. He said, "Mara, Nigerians are too expensive. Like, how do you put all the whole meat?"
Exactly.
And I remember one time also, my mother-in-law be like, "So you put everything
in one
one?" I'm like, "Why?"
Even there was a time I was cooking stew. And I boiled egg, and I put the boiled egg inside the stew. And she was like, "Oh my God, this man is going to kill me. This man is going to kill me. How do you put boiled egg in stew, red stew?" I'm like, "I don't know. That's how we are. That's how I was brought up. That's what I know, And the egg has a different taste when it's cooked.
When
with
it's cooked,
you understand now?
Yeah.
My God. So those are some of our
culture shock that you experienced.
That I experienced.
I think one for me that I will never forget is when I landed South Africa. I think I was in Captain Park. No, Benoni. I was in Benoni. And so I went to the Pick and Pay that side there to buy something. Imagine I just came in the following month, because remember I landed in the night, so the daybreak, I'm like, okay, I need to buy some few stuff. Because the way I came into South Africa, I like cracking jokes. I say, let me say this, the way I enter South Africa, when they asked me at the airport, "What are you here to do?" I said, "I came to charge my phone," and I'm still charging my phone up to now. I'm still charging my phone up to now. So I did not come in with luggage or stuff. So I just came in with a small bag, like. So my pass by was just easy. Whee! If I'm not mistaken, I was like the first guy who just. And so the following day, the morning of it, I went to Pick and Pay to buy something. Now, this is where my own I was. Obviously, the queue, I was like, okay, people are standing, let me just stand on the queue. So now I got to the till. I'm laughing because I know when I got to the till, I packed everything, because obviously as I was buying everything. So the lady, they scan, pa. The next minute, the lady now says 2,800. I'm like, okay, last, I'll give you 1,000 rand.
Yes, we price everything in Nigeria.
And I'm like, no, 1,000 rand. The lady was like, No, I said 2,000. I'm like, no, it's 1,000 rand I'm going to pay. She's like, no, 2,000. I'm like, for what now? He said, but that's the price they on the. I said, funny enough, I was picking those things. I didn't really look at the price. So in my mind, I'm like, just speak when you get to the till there, you negotiate and stuff. So when I was like, so when we were now arguing, so a particular guy at the back, so a particular guy at the back could tell that, okay, oh boy, JJC don't land. Yes. JJC means Johnny just come. So he said, bros, he says, man, come from. I said, no, come. So I beg, he said, now pick and pay with this place. I said, what do you mean? Say you pick and you pay. So he rammed the thing on my head, like you pick and pay, not pick and price. So when the guy said it like 3 times, I said, so I'm going to pay this thing 2008 for what now? So I was like, no, but that's South Africa, you pay like that. So to cut it long story short, I ended up paying, and I was very annoyed. Angry. I went to the to the what you call guest house, and I was complaining, and so for me that was a huge culture shock.
I can understand. We price everything.
Exactly.
We price everything.
And I grew up in Ibadan. And so, with us as Ibadan, I only spent a few days in Lagos and I think once to Abuja to do movies and all those things. So for me, those are the things. So only for me to find out that you have to come here, pick and then pay, not pick the price. That was and like, no, this is not. Even up to now, I still do. Sometimes when I want to buy some certain things, my wife would. If my wife just see me that I'm looking at the guy's face, my wife would just leave. Pah! I'm like, but babe, why do you like leaving?
Because you want to embarrass me.
In case if they beat you. I'll be there to come like a good Samaritan to help you.
You know, and there was okay. So when we came as well, 2 other cultural shock. So they took us to a restaurant. We were like, no, please, we want to eat Nigerian food. This was like after 3 days of arriving in South Africa. We'd like to eat Nigerian food. We've missed it. So they took us to a restaurant. Right?
I think as you're saying, please explain to them why is it that when Nigerian comes, we look for Nigerian food. Because people don't, I've tried, I'm not winning, so I'm looking for people to explain. Like, you guys, like, what's your problem? You are here, eat our food.
You see, and that's why Nigerian food stuff sell anywhere in the world. As long as there are Nigerians, Look, there are noodles also that are sold here in South Africa in Pick and Pay. I still buy. I just finished the carton of Indomie. I still buy Nigerian noodles, even here in South Africa, even though they have cheaper noodles
in South Africa,
in Pick and Pay,
in
ShopRite, in Spar. I don't know. We are just addicted to our. I don't understand it. I really do. I still drink Nigerian peak milk till today.
Even myself too. I still drink.
Nigerian malt.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe we are patriotic. I don't know.
Okay, you were trying to explain the culture shock on the food part.
On the food part. So, they took us to a Nigerian restaurant and it was sold for 20 rands then. Yeah, 20 rands. So, we ordered a plate. And I saw this guy. He just kept on putting meat. And I started panicking. I said, bros, 20 rand. 20 rand. Oh my God. You know why now? In Nigeria, if you go to a restaurant, they give you one
meat. Yeah. If you are lucky, two
small meat that looks like Maggi cube. And this guy kept putting huge meat, and the plate was. I was panicking. I was like, we said 20 rand, and he was looking at me funny like, what's your problem?
What's the problem?
I paid to see if he would receive the 20 rand. He collected the 20 rand and was going to the next person. And I was like, what?
Christmas come too early.
What? What? I love this country. That was a big shock for me. And the first time I was taken to Spares. No, it wasn't even Spares. It was this nice restaurant. So they brought starters. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know these were starters. Oh my God, forgive me. Unfortunately for me,
this will be one of the best shows. Okay, darling, thank you for making us see that.
Unfortunately for me, I thought this was the meal. This was starters, for God's sake. So and it was Pastor. Oh God. It was Pastor Martins and the wife that took us.
Okay, Pastor Martins.
Yes, it took me, Gideon, and Victor. We kept eating the starter. So I noticed that they were looking at us, but they should have told us, for God's sake, we're coming from Lagos.
Listen, calm down, you're on the show.
Man of God, we kept eating these starters. We kept until we are full. Then they now brought one big magazine to say this is
choose the food.
This is choose which food now. We've eaten. We are about to leave here, so you choose your food. Oh, and then they brought the menu and said, "No, you now you."
What an embarrassment is this?
The way I was so angry, God, because I was full now. Which space am I going to? The way I was so crossed. Oh, so yeah, those are some of the things I had to learn quickly and yeah.
And your relationship with the people when I mean the people outside of your Nigerians, the relationship with the people, how was it for you, especially when you're not finding yourself in your career?
The first thing I noticed about South Africans, especially, was how brutally honest they are. They
now it's beginning to get interesting.
Yes, they have. Like somebody would tell you how. We know how to sugarcoat things. We don't want to hurt your feelings. But they will tell you how it is, how they feel.
But I'm angry.
And I'm like, yes. Like, hey, stop that. Like, when I got married, the first 1 year, we were fighting. I won't lie to you. Because I felt like, no, you are disrespectful. No, I'm telling you the truth. Hi, God. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. I could not get it. I could not. I could not. They were said, why are you behaving like you don't respect me as my husband? I love and respect you. But you are wrong.
But you are wrong. You can get you angry.
And I know I'm wrong.
But I just saying it.
Yes, pamper my ego. Like, what's your problem? I know I'm wrong.
Don't just say it like that.
Don't just say you are wrong. See, my husband. Don't. So those were some of the things I was expecting, and it was tough. It was tough for me that first 1 year, and she also had to learn. Like I was very loud. You know how we are.
No, we know that. They've asked us why we loud. I say you can't blame us. Generator is everywhere. So
the first Christmas party we had in my house, I made a big mistake of inviting my friends. She made a big mistake of inviting her friends.
So it's a mistake, the both of you.
I promise you.
I like the way you say this. We both.
Now, she and her friends were inside the house. I and my friends were outside the balcony. We were playing darts, right?
Yeah.
And they were panicking. I could see on their faces. They were, because the glass door was closed. They were panicking and they were looking at us like. So she called me. She said, "Please, you guys should not fight. They have visitors." I said, "We are having fun." I was like, we are having the time.
The best of our life.
She was like, "So you guys are not angry?" I said, "No. Why would you think?" He said, "Can't you see we are just." Even one of my friends is thinking of calling the police because it looks like you guys are going to hit yourself. I said, "No, we are just catching. We are having fun." Like, so I had to come explain to the ladies that unfortunately I come from a country where we are loud. There are always generators on, so you need to shout for people to hear you. So we are used to that. We are just having the time of our life. So I promise you, the whole day they were watching us with their eyes open because we were shouting and. So yeah.
In your pursuing your career here, this has been now evolving straight down to your winner man space where you are now. Guys, I think I'll encourage you, please go to his YouTube and just type. He's wearing the dress called Winner Man. You will find wonderful song. I think this is me saying it live here. I think he's one of the artists, literally, you know me, that I've first brought to my church, and I have a reason why. That's how good he is. I don't just bring people to my church. I don't, because I'm particular about the God they call and the altar they submit to, because not everybody will say Lord, Lord.
Yeah.
And so in terms of your African unity, what you call diversity, in terms of collaborating with your people here, how was that for you? I like my show today. Is it doing? Is that the which of the episodes should I bring?
Yeah.
But okay, you know where I'm going. I know you're trying to find it.
Yeah.
You know, just bring the archive and let's just discuss the archive here. Please, can you guys type Godwin talk?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, look. God help you.
I love my show.
You know what? It's not been easy. Unfortunately, the industry is a bit hostile. Truth.
When you say hostile to foreigners, or hostile in general?
Yes. And me being from Nigeria, it's way worse.
Okay.
And let me be honest, I really, 100%, I do not blame South Africans for not taking to Nigerians, to be honest.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
I'd like to know
I
why.
am telling you, I have several times have put myself in their shoes. When you hear some of the things our brothers do, it just breaks my heart.
Okay.
It breaks my heart. Now, how do you explain to say, I am not like that? I've been stopped by the cops and immediately they just think negative once they find out that I'm Nigerian. And when I relate with them with respect, one of the questions they've often asked is, are you sure you're Nigerian? And one of the days I asked, I was like, okay, why are you asking
those questions
if I'm sure that I'm Nigerian? I said, because you guys are very rude. Says, unfortunately, your brothers are very rude. You know, even if I stop you and even if you have all your documents, it is my right and my duty to ask for them.
Yeah.
So, but when I ask for their documents, they start flipping and being angry, even when we want to. They've searched my car a few times. And I'm like, no, it's fine. You're doing your job. Search. I know you're not going to find anything. So search. Use whatever you want to do. You're doing your job. And I appreciate them for doing their jobs. And most times they find my CDs in my cars. They're like, is this you? Yeah, it's me. That's what I do. And, you know, I would get talking and be like, are you sure you're Nigerian? So when you hear things like that, you would see that, okay, why be arrogant to someone who is doing his job?
True.
You know, and some of the crimes we perpetuate here.
No, let's not talk about crime.
Yes.
Sometimes, I cry.
So when the industry is hostile to me, who is genuine, it breaks my heart, but I kind of understand because a few of us have done certain things that are mind-blowing. So now imagine if it's someone who has encountered a Nigerian who has done bad. So it is now left to me to now change that perspective of this person to say, okay,
so like you're walking back again from zero.
So they are not all bad. They are not all bad, even though they've treated me with transfer of aggression from what they've heard that's the
word I'm looking for.
Yes, or what they've experienced. So it's not necessary. So what I tell myself is, whatever this person is doing is transfer of aggression. It is not me. Once they get to know me and understand, okay, this one is different. You understand? So that's the challenge. So I'm not saying this to say they are bad.
Yeah.
They are being hostile because they are coming from a defensive point, trying to protect myself from being hurt by this person.
I think I like the angle you bring it. You decide to bring your thought, which I would say it's totally different. For you to understand their position based on experience. I think I remember there's this very particular culture my wife and I would like doing, and I'm saying this looking at the camera, please, if you are a foreigner, when I mean foreigner, I mean both the blacks and the whites, do me a favor, visit Apartheid Museum. They didn't pay me for advert, so let's clear that part. If you understand these people's story, and most times I used to advise most of my pastors who are even foreigners, especially from Nigeria. I tell them, guys, visit Apartheid. If you see the life these people live, by the time and I said to one man of God, I said, visit the museum on Saturday. Your preaching will change on Sunday. The guy was like, it's not possible. He did it. He called me that night. He said, thank you for messing up my head because I did not know what to preach against my members. So I appreciate that part in which you take it from their experience. But now, I need you to look at the camera and make them understand that as much as yes, because South Africans also watch this, as much as yes, your experiences are real to you, how then do we begin to deal with the concept of generalization? Because whether I like it or not, we still have to be able to, because one of the things that AfriOne show is to try as much as possible to understand that yes, we may be different in our diversity, our ethnicity, but there is a common phenomenon that we are currently standing on, which is we are Africans.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, for now, we are in a studio. If I pour dirty water in this glass cup, for me to get clean water, to make the water clean, I need to keep pouring clean water into this cup for a while. The whole dirty water will come out and it will become sparkling clean again.
Yeah.
We need to pour enough good into the society. We look.
Wow.
If
that's a good one.
Yes. If 8 of every crime that happens in South Africa are carried out by foreigners,
yeah.
What do you expect?
Wow.
What do you expect? Wow. So, and that is the statistics.
Obviously, I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
It is out of every 10 crimes in South Africa, 8 or 9 are carried out by foreigners.
Look at all these, what's it called, heist, prostitution. I think I remember my days of dexterity. I used to, and that's one of the things many of you don't know. I partner with the police in Randburg police station. I know they're watching and stuff, so that's fine. Where if there's some certain people who has committed crime and they call me, Darlington, what do you want us to do? Depend on the crime I hear. If it's crime of I steal money, it's okay. We'll pay fine. You do drugs, prostitution, I sign, pay, you get deported. Straight, because I'm like, nah, I'm not going to support that and all of that. So, but even with that you have just said, I think because I'm pressed for time, because this last segment that we're going into family, we're going to talk all things Africa.
Okay.
And just to be able to see how do we then begin to conscientize our leaders. And when I mean leaders, including African pastors in South Africa. I'm very sorry, I'm one. We all have fault.
Yeah.
Including African pastors in South Africa. Our leaders currently, one of the big things that I want you to talk when we come back is, how do we get our leaders? Most especially, I'm happy that you're a minister of the gospel. I'm a preacher and also a mediarist. When I say mediarist, somebody, what is a mediarist? So it's a person who is in media. It's called mediarist. And we need to begin to address this very particular space where we as African leaders, in terms of pastor, we like our space. And people have complained thus far, and I have a lot of email. Why don't you guys want to work with others that are on the ground? We'll be right back just now, because the story that's going to touch people's heart. You see, he's laughing because he knows he has a lot. I'll see you guys just now. Please keep subscribing, email, and also share this very particular content to your friends, because it's still your AfriOne show. I've laughed. No, I didn't know you're a comedian. I'll see you just now. All right, family, I just want to welcome you again back on the final segment, which is going to be all things Africa, all things Africans, all things diaspora conversations, all things leadership. Before we went on the break, I was telling Minister Godwin, sorry about that. I was telling Mr. Godwin about the problem or the challenge that we as African leaders, especially from the church context. And the question I want to throw to him, because I know that he has worked with a lot. When I mean a lot, according to my definition of a lot. To him, it may still be a drop in the ocean. But for me, it's a lot. I tried half of what he has done. I'm like, no, it's okay. Woo! I have no energy. In your experience with African leaders here in South Africa, especially the church context, how has it been for you? And please, I need it to be as honest as possible. Do you think that they are receptive to you, or every one of us, we are all hustling? The difference is just the fact that our template is different.
So you are with South African leader or African pastors, or
African pastors here,
or African
pastors here, foreign pastors here. Yeah.
Okay. So ask it again, please. Let me really understand.
What has your experience been? Because I will rephrase it now back again. Many African pastors who find themselves in South Africa,
okay, yeah,
for strange reason, they seem to forget what I would call Ubuntu that we used to have back home. You come here and everything now become a hustling spirit. That is my experience that I'm talking about now. Everything now become, yours may be different. There may be something that is quite like, okay, a shock for you when you find some certain things happening, and that's your own story. Now you get to find out that they get to this place, everything becomes a different ball game, and you begin to wonder, but this is not how we used to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I think I get your question, and I hope I answer as best as I can.
From your experience.
From my experience,
exactly.
And from what I've seen.
Okay.
I've come to find out that not all of them, but a lot of them, a good chunk of them are hustlers, unfortunately.
Okay.
I was not there when God called them, right? I was not there.
No, I hear where you're going.
Yes,
yeah.
I was not there, so I'm not going to play the judge.
Question their call.
It tends to look like I've tried every other thing. It didn't work.
Let me go hustle here.
Yeah, let me try this industry.
Okay, industry. Wow,
Yes.
not even ministry.
I'm telling you, because that's how it looks when you see certain things they are doing. Because I've ministered in certain places and seen how I was treated, and I see that, okay, there's no ethics here. And because, okay, look, if you have, okay, you asked the question earlier.
You know, guys, this is the thing that I know why he's trying to be diplomatic, and I don't want to be diplomatic. I want you to be as honest. Hear me, we don't mention them.
And I'm honest. I'm
Exactly.
being honest. I'm being honest and as respectful as I can. All right.
It's a story,
Yes.
remember?
Yes.
Let's say it this way. If we were to produce your movie,
yeah. So
you won't edit
listen.
anything.
No,
you know?
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Not take food from my mouth. I beg. No, but listen to what I'm saying.
Everybody in Nigeria understand the word he's speaking, bro. Okay, just give a roundabout.
Yeah,
Give a roundabout.
Okay, so I've lost my trail of thoughts now. No, but for real. Like I said to you earlier,
Yes,
in the program, you asked me something. Okay, have I coped and all that? And I said family values.
Family values, yeah.
The reason I came to your church to minister, and
Yeah.
I saw how organized and how respectful you guys are, even as a young church.
Yeah.
That tells me you are coming from somewhere, you are copying something you've seen from probably a spiritual father or a mentor. You get where I'm going?
Yes, sir.
So what I've seen is certain people who don't have people who correct them, who can speak to them, who can tell them, sit down.
So you want to say some certain folks in the industry, like you
Yes.
call, they don't have such mentors or guidance.
Yes, they don't have guidance. They don't have a blueprint. They're just doing.
How important that is to...
It is very important. It is. I served Uche Agu.
Yeah, I remember you said so.
I saw Uche.
That was shocking.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw Uche Agu worshiping God early in hours of the morning while we were sleeping. I learned that from Uche.
Okay.
You understand? I saw how he handled his rehearsals. And when Uche left South Africa, I joined a group called Exhortation Crew.
Okay.
I saw how they planned concerts, how they go about tickets, how they go about rehearsals, how dedicated they were and still are with rehearsals. I saw the work they put into it. So I had a blueprint before I started. Yes. So that's very. But what I've seen, not all.
Of course.
What I've seen with most is they just started this thing and they've got people who call them daddy, and then it just gets to them.
No, it gets to them.
It gets to them, and they start doing things, and they start disrespecting people. Now, the fact that somebody calls you daddy
does not mean that that's your biological child. That's how I say it. It
doesn't mean you should disrespect that. These are human beings. Human. Look, I said something earlier in the show that till today, till this morning, I've wished everybody on my Facebook happy birthday. Not because of it. They are humans. If I must have, that's why when I post something on my Facebook and anybody comments, I must respond.
True.
I would rather not post than to post and somebody comment and I don't rest. It's disrespectful to that person, no matter who you are. That's how I see it. You understand? This person is human.
And funny enough, saying that, I think of recent, I'm beginning to get to that place where I think because as God begins to elevate you, and some people may see it and say it's pride, that's your problem. Honestly, it's my show. So I've gone to that point where if I comment or respond to your stuff and you don't respond back, I bet you I'm not responding anymore again.
It's hurting.
It's not. I don't care what you say. I will never. Even though it's your birthday, I will not comment like you.
Man of God, I do the same right now. I do the same. So now put yourself in somebody else's shoe. So, and somebody's looking up to me and they comment and then I don't respond because why? Because you're sanguine man. Who are you? God can just cut you off like that.
And it's quite interesting how you take it to just literally your social media, that not responding to a comment that somebody put on your stuff, it's a sign of disrespect.
It is.
I think I like that.
Because
I've been looking forward for somebody to actually bring that thought up so that it doesn't look as if, okay, that into you just too picky.
It is. So when you look at these people, you now see the arrogance. I've gone to several places whereby they ended up not paying me or giving me anything, even though I don't charge, right?
But the problem there that I face is the fact that, and I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I'm not saying that to justify your parts and stuff, is please, men of God, when people come to serve us, especially musicians, understand that they use fuel to come. Don't just tell them, God bless you. Don't. I'm a pastor, I think I may be early bed like you guys call me, it's okay. But in the presence of Job, there was Elihu sitting there. So which means I'm qualified to be Elihu in it. I've heard that a lot of times where artists have come to me, but man of God, why is it that you pastors don't like pay? When we come, we minister, and the next minute you say, God bless you. And we can tell that is a good income that comes in. Yeah. So please, I'm saying this because since he mentioned the whole part of I don't charge, I wish he charge. But please, in case if he charge, still pay. He has bills.
So I've experienced this, and I've gone to places whereby I didn't charge. I have colleagues who came, who charged these people,
and they paid those people,
and they paid them well because these guys are my friends and we talk. All right, so you give this guy 15K because I didn't charge you. Now you're giving me 1,000 or 1,500, and me, trust me, I won't complain.
I know.
Yes,
I think
trust me, but it breaks my heart.
It
makes me feel. Is it because
I didn't send the invoice? Can I be your manager so that I'll be sending invoice on your behalf?
No, it's fine. You know,
he said it's fine.
Is it?
People be like, thank God, don't give that little.
No, but is it? It's the truth. Is it because? And let me not go there. So. Yeah, things like so. When you see things like this, you just because me, I respect loyalty. You know, if this person is coming and he says, "Give me 15K," and this one is coming, he says, and they are of the same caliber, and this one says, "Bless me with what you have." If I give this one 15, I'll give this one 20.
Yeah,
or I'll give this one. 15,500.
500. Just make sure that, because that word bless me with what you have. It's something.
Yes, that is me. And you can go find out from those who work with me,
you.
My band, my team. We've gone to places whereby they gave us money, and I saw that this money is too small. And I tell the pastor, please, can you give me this money in front of them? They bring the money in front of them, and I tell them to share. It's fine, share the money. And that's why today, if I tell my people there is no money, let's go, they will come.
How did you get to that point where you form a relationship with your bands, and whereby you have trusted? But I've been on some of most.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things my father taught me when I was young was, especially when I was leaving Nigeria, he said, whatever you do, make sure you don't cheat people.
Okay.
They don't need to pray for you. As long as their hearts are pleased with you, that's more prayer than you can ever get. So when you work with them, make sure that their hearts are pleased with you. Whatever you cannot do, tell them you cannot do it. And let them see sincerity in you. It will open doors for you, and it will open their hearts towards you. So when I started everything I've done in my life, if I cannot do it, I'll tell you I cannot do it. If I tell them I will pay you 4,000 rands or I'll pay you 7,000 rands, I will rather not pay my rent
and give them the money. I hear you.
So, and I've done that with them for so many years that somebody was telling me recently, just last month, October, and he was telling me that some of your teams were working with this person, and this person was trying to cheat them, and they were saying that the only gospel minister we've worked with that we see that is super honest and genuine is Minister Godwin Omighale. And I was not there.
Wow.
You see, I was not there. Now this person said, please, can you handle my music recording? You know, because I also want to work with your team. And they were like, if you say Minister Godwin is the one handling it, we are in. You know, so integrity, there's so much integrity. Look, the children of Nelson Mandela can open doors with the name of their father.
True. Case closed.
Yes.
Case closed.
So that's what I want. I want to build a legacy whereby it will be so hard, unless it's jealousy, for anybody to say Minister Godwin is evil. It will be so hard. I posted a picture of a pastor, I think last month. Yes, I think it should be last month. He was defending me before another man of God, because that man of God has heard something terrible about Godwin. He said, never, it is not Godwin. He said, I can vouch with my ministry. It is what you heard is a lie. And he made sure I went to minister there. And the man of God, not knowing the man of God, was watching everything I was doing, how I was comporting myself. And he said to me, well, everything I've heard is a lie. It's not true. You see, so what is one of the things that is lacking is integrity. And training, and not being submissive to anyone that can tell you, stop, my brother, your mouth is smelling, go and brush. I'm telling you, we all want to be spiritual father, G.O. You know,
I think talking about that G.O. this time, I remember I said my church has this very particular slogan, I made them understand. I said, see, please hear me. And I even said that to most of my friends who are and colleagues, especially my peers in ministry. I said, please do me a favor, don't call my wife Mama. Don't. Her name is called Kanye, sir. Highest you can do is Pastor K. Case closed.
Yeah.
Because this is my own thought, is the fact that maybe this is just my own bias and stuff. God called me, I called her. Number one, and number two, if you call her Mama, you're going to make her old. Because this is me just saying this, guys. Hear me. This is my own opinion. It has nothing to do with the show, nor my guest. I've discovered that people who allow people to call their wife Mama and stuff, I've looked at their wife. Their wife look very old than the men. I'm like, I say, you guys are receiving prophecy every day, mama. Then she now grow older than you, the guy.
And my own perception, you have no right to call anyone your son, your daughter that you've not invested in.
Show is closed over a second time again. Now let's go quickly because my time is now running out. When we look about the whole this continent where we are, Africa, currently we're in South Africa, do you believe on the concept that one day Africa can become one?
It will never become one.
That was fast to respond, though.
Unfortunately, Africa will not, never.
Here we may.
It will. No
You're
matter,
a minister.
I have faith in God, but not in the black race.
Why?
We are so divisive. We are so. Look, the black man, the average black man wants every other person to bow to him. Unfortunately.
So now the agenda of 2063 that the African
it is just a waste of time. It will never happen. I promise you. You see the white race. I love the white race.
No, I'm still stuck on you not.
Listen, man of God. The black man naturally don't know how to support the black man. The black man would rather go support the white man or support another than to see another black man grow. Never. The average black. Yes, there are a few blacks who.
No, obviously, I hear where you're coming from. I think it's just
the percentage.
It's just your 100%.
It will not happen. It will not happen.
But all our African leaders who are busy for your likes of Kenneth Kaunda, Kwame Nkrumah, and all of these guys who are fighting for what's called One Africa, and imagine they are watching and looking at us and looking at you, hoping that your vote is going to give them that, and you are saying
give
never.
Them what now?
Give them their.
Man of God, let's not waste our time. Let's not. We're just look the black race.
Okay, even though we can't be one, do you believe that there will be a point whereby the visas that is currently being used as border will drop?
Yes, that can happen. Policies can change, but not the humans, not the people. I am telling you. Yes,
I think you're one off. Because I brought other guys also who are from. I think the last person that was from like you also was Get Mositole. For those of you who knows him, and you can go check the previous episode before now. He also was like, when he said it, I looked at him. I just ended it. I'm like, officially,
it won't happen, man of God. Look, yes, policies will change. One Africa. Probably there will be a time, in the future.
Is this something that you are looking forward to, or you just want to like? If it happens, so be it. If it doesn't,
no. See, look, I've zeroed my mind. So
it's not an anticipation for you.
I'll be so happy to be proven wrong. It will.
African Union, let's prove this man wrong.
It will please me to be wrong, but from the track record of Africans that I've seen, like we selling our own people. Let's even start there. We selling our own people to the other race. Just think about it.
Yeah, but that was then.
Yes, and now?
No, it has
what
changed.
Has changed?
It has changed.
Okay. Okay.
Guys, you see the way he looked at me to the point I got scared. Okay. What do you think can happen if, from your own standpoint, let's say you were given a position for you to be a president for Africa? What do you think you want to implement where this One African thing I'm talking about?
It will start. It's not even being the president. It starts from our house. Look, this is what I was taught. We were taught in our house.
Okay. This man is a family man, guys.
Yes. If my father used to tell us, if you are coming from anywhere, you see your brother or your sister fighting, you don't ask what happened. You fight that fight first. We come back home. What happened? If he's wrong, we beat him again in the house. Right?
But out there, you first of all support.
Out there, you fight for your brother till the last. Then when you come back home, if he's wrong, we beat him at home.
So you're saying we as Africans, we don't fight for ourselves?
We don't fight for ourselves. The other race uses us to fight ourselves. We respect others than we do ourselves. Unless we reorientate our mindset, from the family values, that we protect each other, we fight for each other, we make us. A Jewish man will never give you business if another Jewish man has that same business. He will give it to the Jewish man, but the black man would never want to. I know what I'm saying, man of God.
I respect that. I respect
know what I'm
that.
saying. I wish the contrary is the case. I wish so, but from what I've seen,
I think as you're saying that, I'm remembering a particular concept that I have learned of recent. I think it was late last year. The concept called Fagin. Fagin is, I think it's the Indian community that uses that very particular narratives.
Okay.
And what it means is the fact that I grow because you grow.
Simple.
And so you see them, it's as simple as that. You see them that.
Simple, man of God. Simple. You see, listen, look, there are so many people who cannot sing who have featured me. I know they cannot sing. But they featured me. And I said yes.
Because of the concept of Fagin for you.
Yes, not because I want to just be. I know this person is not there yet, but I can help. Even if it is one.
And you've done that for me, that I can say.
You see, even if it's one view I can give you on YouTube, let me help. And I've done that with so many. I've helped so many people. The best I can. I might not be able to give them money, but my gift.
What message will you say to our African leaders? And
Let's
this is me
love,
talking about.
let's. If you look, and
I'm not talking about leaders now on the ministry side. I'm talking
yes, African leader,
politicians. Yeah, let's
they
call
don't have love for their people. That is the pure truth. Our leaders do not have love for they don't have human empathy for the people. Like how do you as a president? Okay, I saw a video on Instagram where a governor in Nigeria wanted to ply a road, and his car was stuck because the road was terrible, and rain fell and it was flooded, and the people were jubilating and mocking him. Now you will go through what we go through. All you needed to do
to repair that road
was to repair
and
that
the money
road.
is there.
The money is in abundance. Was for you to repair that road for the people to live a good life. They are not asking you for anything. They are not even asking you for houses. Give us the main things. We'll do the rest for ourselves. Take for instance, is it Abia State or Abia? I think it's Abia State and Oti or whatever his name is, the new governor.
Okay.
Fixing all the roads. And now people are asking, so where has this money been? If this man can do this in 4 months, putting street lights, all the governors that have been there, what have they been doing? You see, so we
enriching themselves.
And for what? Now you go to foreign lands, go stay in nice hotels, nice suburbs,
and even buy houses there also.
And to buy houses there. Now you see these things. It's not like you don't have an imagination of what you've seen that you can do for your people. You've seen these things. You go to this place. You send your children there to go school. Why can't you give it to your people? For God's
and they
sake?
elected you there.
And they elect. Why? So it has to start with human empathy, having love for your people.
The concept that they say is the future belongs to the next generation.
Story.
Yes, I think we should just stay on the other part of his experience, because this African thing for him.
Story.
It's like a man of God.
Which next generation are you seeing there?
You and I.
It's still the old people who are still let's leave Africa. Forget.
The last statement was broken. Well, let's leave this to the ask me another question.
It's painful, man of God.
I hear you. Oh my God! All right. What if your AfriOne message? Obviously, you understand why you are here. What is that message you want to say as an African in South Africa? Your message to this continent and to those in diaspora. What would that be?
You know, there's a beautiful line here in South Africa, which is the spirit of Ubuntu. If Africans, and the spirit of Ubuntu is oneness, you know, if we can care for one another, not looking for, not making up strategies of how to destroy another black man.
Not to exploit.
But creating strategies to improve another black person. If we can have the spirit of oneness, which I pray maybe it will happen one day, Africa Because we have everything.
True.
But we are disunited. The whole resources you can think of, we don't have natural disasters in Africa. Think about it.
Obvious.
We don't have them. And we have all the resources that is enriching the Western world, while we are so poor. And it's just because they've exploited our disunity. We do not like each other. We do not love one another. If we can love one another, the sky is the limit for Africa as a continent. I pray it will happen, although for this I don't have faith. But I do pray that one day, maybe it just might happen.
Where can people find you? Because the show, my time is... And I'm laughing in my mind because I wanted to extend it, but like if I extend this show, this man has killed this African idea. It's not
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Godwin Omighale, Winnerman. You can find me on Instagram, Godwin Winnerman. You can find me on X, which was formerly Twitter, God is Planet. And on YouTube, most importantly, go and subscribe and watch my videos. I beg, comment. I will always respond. It's Godwin Omighale.
Where is the fastest place you respond to on all of the social media?
All of them. You comment, I respond. Because
So
I get notifications.
You don't have a primary one whereby, okay, if you chat with me on Instagram.
Everywhere. As long as you drop a message, I will get it in notification and I will comment.
Are you available to travel outside
Yes.
for ministration?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, family, we've come to the end of the show, and I think the African conversations with my brother here did not go well the way I expected.
I'm sorry.
He killed everything. I think you just want to talk live, talk Ubuntu, talk oneness, but you see this African thing, just leave it there, and let's hope, like he says, it happened in our time. And I think for me that is also a serious conversation where 2063, please leaders, as you're watching, we don't believe in that. Make sure that you bring it closer. We want to see it happen in our time.
Exactly.
Don't give us an idea that it will happen tomorrow and it doesn't happen. With that being said, family, please, we've come to the end of the show. Let's try as much as possible for us to be one, like he says. Let's try to give ourselves a gift of integrity and honesty. And I pray that as we do so, we'll find our Ubuntu within one another and try to build a continent that will be safe for our next generation. With that being said, I remain your host, the Afropolitan Apostle, which is Darlington Steve. I'll see you on the next subsequent episode. Bye for now, and God bless you.